another video, and I might be a bit late on this one, but that's because I just got back from 2 weeks traveling around Japan. I actually posted a video of that on my personal channel, which I'll have linked in the description. I digress. Today I'm checking out the AL75 Pro, the supposed predecessor to the original AL75 that I checked out on the channel, and I did enjoy that keyboard. Just to let you know, this video was made possible by Yunzii. They provided the AL75 Pro free of charge for the purpose of this review. But as usual, all thoughts and opinions you're going to hear today are always my own. Let's get kicked off by taking a look at the packaging and everything you're getting in the box. We're starting off with an outer sleeve with some clean design and a glimpse of the board. To quickly run over the accessories, you're getting quite a few bits. A USB A to C cable, dual keycap and switch puller, 2 spare switches of choice, and then 2 spare bags of accent keycaps, which essentially gives us 3 different keycap configurations we can run on this board, which gets props from me. Nice job there, Yunzii. Then of course the AL75 Pro itself comes wrapped in a plastic sleeve with the dust cover, followed by this beefy user manual. The total package is coming in at $110 on Yunzii's website. Alright, getting this thing in hand, it's got a nice weight to it with this CNC'd aluminium construction. I'm not exactly sure what the name for this finish is, but it's exceptionally smooth and didn't gather fingerprints in my case. There is this mirrored backplate though, which on the other hand will definitely gather those fingerprints. As usual with these metal keyboards, you're not going to be getting any type and angle adjustability, but I found the AL75 Pro to be quite a low profile for a non-low profile board, if that makes sense, so I didn't experience any sort of fatigue. You're getting that 2-tiered box-on wedge case design here, which I always think looks good. Alright, for connectivity we're getting a triple mode connection, which basically means you can connect wired via a USB-C cable or wirelessly either via Bluetooth or 2.4 GHz. The wireless dongle is situated under this mirrored plate. It's got that planetary theme, and basically you have to press down on the left hand side and flick it up and off. So the AL75 Pro predictably comes in a 75% ANSI only layout. Yunzii opted for an insert key in the navigation cluster over maybe more of a useful one like home or end. We're also seeing full RGB backlighting with 7 colors and 18 preset modes, but even on the highest setting I found them to be pretty dim. There is also this little RGB pill in the blocker spot. You can set it to some color effect, but it also comes in handy as a bit of an indicator LED for connectivity. Alright, let's talk about these keycaps because I really like them. They're a double shot PBT keycap set in the cherry profile, and those legends are just oh so crisp. I really like the light airy feeling these stock light blue keycaps give the board, but like I said, if they're not really your thing, one of the other 2 options might be. For switches, I've opted for these Cocoa Cream V2 switches. What you're getting here is a 5-pin linear that requires approximately 50 grams of operating force. They're made up of a PA66 bottom housing with a POM stem and a polycarbonate top cover, with a nice factory coating of lube. In terms of sound, it's a loud one. It's got this really distinct, almost harsh, higher pitched talk, if that somehow makes any sense. The alphas themselves are loud, so I can confirm your stabilized keys are going to be really quiet on the loud side, though well tuned, so no rattling. For software compatibility, unfortunately there's no VIA support here, and I'm kind of torn on whether there is or there isn't QMKs. Yunzii's doc states that you do get QMK, but I couldn't get that to work. In which case you can fall back on Yunzii's proprietary software, which is Windows only, and you have to download it onto your system. Right about this point in the video, I'd usually perform a teardown to kind of show what's going on inside the keyboard, but I actually got to the last out of the 8 hex screws on the back and stripped it, so I couldn't open up the case. This actually has been a problem with a Yunzii board for me before, so I'd really like to see Yunzii start implementing ball catch systems. More on that. Though I can't get into the board, let me give you a quick rundown of what's going on inside. You're getting a FlexCut polycarbonate plate with plate mounted stabilizers and rubber gaskets. For foam, it's pretty standard configuration. The PCB is 5-pin hot-swappable with south-facing sockets and a good amount of flex cutting. In the bottom case you get a 6000 mAh battery, which is quite nice. Alright, before I get into my final thoughts on the AL75 Pro, I want to provide some comparison between it and the original AL75. I want to start this off by saying I really don't see much going on here that would warrant this keyboard having the Pro title. For me, I find it quite annoying when an existing keyboard receives a small few tweaks and is branded as Pro or V2. Largely, the board looks and feels the same, with some of the differentiators being the now more on-theme dongle cover compared to the gold one on the base model, as well as a mirrored backplate, and really just a slightly more elegant standard keycap set. So whilst I think this is a fantastic board for $110, like I said, don't see where it's Pro. For that Pro title, I really would have liked to have seen some features like I mentioned, the ball catch system and VIA support, as that would have been a logical Pro feature. To reiterate, my gripe is with the marketing of the keyboard, not the actual keyboard. So to wrap up, the AL75 Pro certainly feels worth the $110 asking price from Yunzii. It's got a really high quality, crisp CNC aluminium construction with a minimal design language. You've got your connectivity, you've got your typing experience, so there's not much to fault here. If you've got the original AL75, I recommend sticking with that one because I don't see much reason to upgrade. If you are in the market for one or the other, I think it's a pretty subjective choice. For me, I might just go with this Pro version. That wraps up my review of the AL75 Pro. Is it a board you might pick up? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like and maybe even a subscription if you're feeling extra generous. Another huge thanks to the people over at Yunzii for making this one possible.